Welcome back to another episode.
Or we can do the old THX. I don't remember how it went. But remember when we used to see movies back in the day? The THX thing would come up? You're like, oh gosh, it's annoying.
You're like, is it over?
Seriously.
Oh my goodness. Welcome back. Happy Friday. We're actually recording on the day that we schedule our recordings. Yay! Insert clap.
Oh, because we didn't last time.
Yeah,
that's right.
Brian's awake, I promise.
Well, it kind of threw me because usually it is Friday or Saturday that we sit down and do this.
Yeah, and it's been a busy week. How about you? Have you had a busy week?
I mean, just work.
Yeah. Has work been pretty hectic? Or?
No. No.
I wish I could say the same.
It is. It's slowing. My industry is fading slowly. Well, it is because people just order from home. They don't go in stores.
Oh, okay.
So people aren't in the stores like they used to be. They're just ordering. Yeah. And so when they order from online, you're just picking out the items. So you're not seeing impulse. You're not impulse buying. You're not saying, "Oh wow, I want that" or "I want that." So it's just taking away. Numbers are down and all this stuff. So
do you think with what they have been releasing lately about the food industry that people have kind of shied away from grocery stores?
I don't know. I would say yes, but our meat shelves are always empty.
Yeah.
So at some point, I think people are just like, "Dang, that sucks," but gotta eat. Yeah. So it's like, what else you gonna do? Just raise your own cow and then kill it?
I think people are maybe staying away from certain grocery stores like Walmart, which like a couple months ago had radioactive shrimp.
Oh, that's right.
And now recently they showed a video that the shrimp's coming from India and it actually has something wrong with it. I don't know what specifically, but some kind of bacteria or disease, and people are just nonstop on TikTok. Don't buy food at Walmart. Don't buy Great Value.
I don't know why I'd ever buy like anything from Walmart food wise.
It's pretty popular.
Yeah, like the fresh stuff, like the meats. Because why?
I don't know.
Why would you think that they would invest in any sort of good cuts of beef or chicken? It's Walmart.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, it's for people who can't afford much and they want a steak. Whatever, but if you've got any sort of ability to buy meat, you shouldn't go to Walmart or like the Target grocery stores. I mean, no, that's not, no.
Yeah.
Just don't.
I did have a really good interaction, though, when I went to a grocery store that I typically go to, and I went by the meat section, and I noticed they seem to have an increase in like organic or antibiotic-free range chickens and stuff like that.
Right.
There was a guy looking in the manager special. You know how everyone has like a section that's marked down, and he was looking at something. I was looking at the pork, and then it goes with the manager special, and he just started talking to me. He's like, "This is actually really good quality meat." And I was like, "Oh, really?" He's like, "Yeah, and it's on special." And I was like, "Oh." And he said the ranch name, which was on there, and he's like, "I actually know the ranchers." Okay. And it's from Idaho. And he's like, "They're very clean." He's like, "I know the ranchers." And he's like, "It was Wagyu steak?"
Yeah.
Or Wagyu? How do you say it?
I think you can say it either way.
It's Wagyu.
Wagyu?
Wagyu.
Oh, wow.
Wagyu. Enchanté.
So that kind of steak, and he was telling me that they only give them the option to write that or organic. He's like, you can't have both. He's like, so this is good quality meat. He's like, I just thought I'd share with you. And I was like, absolutely no, I appreciate it. I was like, we live in a time where we want good quality food.
Yeah.
And if we can find a good like rancher or butcher, we're gonna do it. At least me. I told him, I was like, I'm gonna do it. And so I actually bought it, and I have to make it. So hopefully this week I'll make it and see how it tastes. But that pork that we bought from the butcher in Queen Creek, phenomenal.
Okay.
It was so good. Phenomenal.
Wow.
My hand movements there. It reminded me of him.
Okay.
So, no, it was really good. So I think we had one of our followers actually message us in regards to the McDonald's photo I put up. Mm-hmm. Isn't that funny how McDonald's is promoting more protein by adding more patties, more eggs? And I'm like, your food sucks. Your food is not real.
I know. Well, then they showed the eggs. I was watching a reel today about painting brown eggs, because there's no such thing as brown eggs. Yeah, and they were just dipping into this brown paste to make them brown, and then this company was like injecting like eggs.
Oh my gosh!
They're like fake eggs, so they could just mass produce them towards this calcium-based like solution crap that's like not real yolk or whatever. It's So that
is ridiculous.
It is. Jesus. And if you want to make your own chickens, you can have your own eggs, and the government will say you can't have a pen, you can't do it.
Yeah.
So, But so
and this leads up to what we're going to be talking about.
Kind of.
Yeah. Because everything's going to be taken away and everything's going to be fake. Or you have to wait in line for the government to tell you.
This was supposed to be a happy episode.
It is?
No.
It was like, with the movie list that we bring you.
This is a movie episode!
Yay!
Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies. Let's all go to the movies and have ourselves some poison.
Yay! Even the intern was doing the wave.
Yeah. But I was trying to figure out how this is like movies. We're gonna just talk about different movies, not a top whatever, but how do we want to phrase it? Dystopian or predictive?
Yeah.
Or just movies that show you their ass of what they're doing, but they just put it in the script and say, "Hey, look at this great movie," and you're like, "It's just a movie," and it's like,
entertainment purposes.
It's really happening. And we just thought I wrote a bunch of just random ones on here, and I had some fun little things that I was reading about.
I did too.
And I'm sure there'll be a lot of them missed, but...
Yeah, but the reason we did this is because I think we were having dinner one day, or we had met up, and we were talking about how with the stuff we're seeing, the reels, and just like certain political things that are going on, that we are just getting closer and closer
pretty much
to the foreshadowing or the prediction of these, not even prediction, what these movies have been showing us that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Back in the 80s, we had movies that said a lot. Rewatching some of these movies, they said the year 2032, 2033, and I'm like, we're almost there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So maybe what they missed that didn't go along with what could possibly be in the next coming year is the outfits. The fashion choices, but...
and I decided, like, I wasn't going to go with the obvious ones, but stuff I put down, like, the actual 1984 movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Soylent Green, I don't know if you put that on yours.
No.
Yeah, those are obvious. Like, I wanted to just kind of... Movies that I just had seen or watched that just stuck out to me, because there's a lot of them, like I said, I don't know what's on yours, but...
this is the fun part. We're going to compare and see how many we put that are the same, and some that we didn't have on the list.
Well, like I said, some of them for me aren't necessarily the dystopian future world, but just kind of talking about what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just start with a simple one, since we were the Epstein world, is Monsters, Inc.
Oh, shit. Okay.
See, I went to that route where, the whole point of this movie is they are breaking into kids' bedrooms and scaring them to get that scare meter. And so basically they were getting the adrenochrome for these, metaphorically speaking, to these kids.
Jesus.
And so I always thought that one was fascinating once I learned about adrenochrome and all that stuff, and how they basically tortured these kids to get the fountain of youth. And so I always thought, man, look at Monsters, Inc. and what it's doing, and how it's basically just saying middle finger to you. We are torturing kids.
That's Disney Pixar.
Yeah. For you. So I put that at the top of my list just as kind of a. So it's not just for me. It's not just all about locking us down or taking away our rights or freedoms and stuff like that. So I started with something wholesome and simple, dark, like Monsters Inc. The wonderful kids movie that just teaches us how they get adrenochrome from kids.
Horrendous.
But, yeah.
That's. Yeah. When I realized that, I never wanted to watch that movie again. Yeah. Or, even, I wanted to erase it from my mind.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, the end of the movie that I'm like, why do we now want kids to laugh? Maybe the other thing was bad. And then I was just like, okay, and everything's creepy. So I was like,
and the big bad evil scary people have access to all these kids' bedrooms.
Yeah.
They can walk right in, which could parallel into the digital form to where they can get into your kids' rooms through your devices and stuff like that. So
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, happy movie day.
Yay! Well, you went that route and I went a different route. I went with the first couple, any movie that came to my mind, I wrote down, and I actually rewatched this one. I was able to rewatch it. The first movie I thought of was Ready Player One.
I got it.
Okay. Just because it's going, with all this AI and digital currency, immediately I was like, the main character in that movie is in a van.
Yeah.
And he's on a treadmill with the headset. All these people have, like, these communities, you know, that are just, like, trash.
Yeah.
And on top of each other, and that's all they do is play and just get coins to get better suits to play. But you're not in reality. You're in a virtual world the whole time. And, you know, ultimately with all these movies I have listed is I realize that it's like no matter how bad society can get or how bad the world can get, like with these different technological advances and stuff, it's always the rich, evil people that are corrupt, and they don't ever stop being greedy.
And we're all an experiment.
Yeah. And we all pay for it.
Yeah.
We all fucking pay for it.
And everything's about give me more, give me your money, give me your currency, give me everything.
Because in that movie, that whole freaking corporation was going after some nobody kid who was just playing a game, and he was able to discover things.
Think about, like, with the currency, how Roblox has Robux. It's the same thing, to where it's like, they make it cute, they make it fun, they make
and then it gets dangerous.
You can buy skins, you can buy new worlds, you can buy expansion packs.
Like Fortnite and all that stuff. Yeah.
It all sounds so wonderful, which was an Epstein file, too, because with Activision, he created the whole...
Horrible.
That's what he was like, hey, let's go into these games and let's get them to spend their money and their currency this way as well. Yeah, so, and there's such a push for the digital stuff that it's very... Alarming is one word, but it's scary because you will have no control of anything. No. If they take away you
currency,
will own nothing and you will like it.
Yeah. And I don't even know. I didn't even remember if I saw them eat in this movie, Ready Player One. I don't think I ever saw them eat. They were just playing.
I don't think there was ever time for stopping and stacking. Anything. You're right. None of them had anything anyway. I don't know if they had food. They probably had stuff delivered to them. Probably had rations.
They never showed it in the movie.
Yeah.
Which was weird. Just thinking about it was weird. But yeah, that was my number one on the list. What is your next one?
I'm gonna keep going down this dark path.
Yeah. Oh, great. I should have gotten mentally ready for this.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh yeah, that is what.
One of the first ones that
came to mind. Yeah. That is one of the movies that first came to mind. I have never seen it. I don't want to see it.
I saw it in theaters and I thought it was just a weird, crazy movie. Never thought it. Yeah. I wasn't plugged in. I was blue pilled still.
Oh.
Because it's in the 90s, and it's just Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, and some people having sex. Yeah, man. I did not realize
those robes,
at that point. The masks, the balls, the galas, the exclusive society. Everything, and like I said, I guess it was Stanley Kubrick's. It was his indictment of this evil society that was the predatory class of what we call elites, in Hollywood and out of Hollywood, and what they do. The only thing it didn't go in depth as far as, obviously there was no really children. There was that aspect, but. It was there's secret societies everywhere. There's Freemasons, there's a Yale secret society, Harvard secret society. There's all these different ones, especially in those kind of classes. What are the Ivy schools and everything? They all have it, and they all just do horrible. And they just get together and they do evil, horrible things and plot all of our destructions and how they could take over the world and.
Yeah.
How they can bleed us dry.
So I haven't seen that movie, but I have seen clips, and the most recent clip that's been circulated on social media is, I don't know if it's towards the end when they're in like a toy store and they have the little girl. Is that their daughter? Do they have a daughter?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, there's
because
this
I
little
did
girl.
not want to see it again because it would just disturb me.
Yeah, I know what it's about, but I don't think I want to give my energy to watch that movie.
I didn't want to watch it again for this. So I was like,
yeah. So there's a clip that's circulating from this movie of a little girl. I don't know if it's their daughter, but she's like in the store with them, and then there's like these two men by them, and the girl goes off with them. So when you said there's no kids, they are insinuating that is how they basically gave up their kid to go to the club.
They have to they have to sacrifice their children in order to succeed and make it in their societies.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely not watching this movie. But it just kind of like that movie with Paul Walker. I don't remember the name of it. I don't care to. But they really showed what a pedophile does to get these kids, and the way they try to.
Look, I'm wearing a black foam shirt.
Yeah.
You know, the grabber. He was. I mean, he was. I don't think he was abusing him, but still killing them.
Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, the fact that they're okay with showing it. I mean, I guess for educational purposes, yeah, but like we know that now, or like for a while, we've known that movies really do tell everything.
That was purposely
that's
him
going
telling
on.
Them,
that's going on. That has happened. That will happen.
There's no accidents
behind the scenes. Yeah. So yeah, I did think of that movie. I did not write it down though.
Okay.
But yeah, and then I always think of now with all the AI stuff, and from what I've seen with China doing robots, I think of Terminator.
Yeah.
Terminator Judgment Day, y'all. There is a lot of activity around robots, and people want this so bad. And I was like, I'm gonna say too. So the Terminator and iRobot, I feel like no one is like, wait, hold on, let's stop, pause. Can we slow down the production of these robots, please?
There's one of them like with a sword. And I was like, It was like doing all this combat moves and everything like that. I was like, really?
Well, in California, I guess they like released some of these robots. I don't know if it's Tesla robots or what, but they just released them and people are like screaming or people are laughing. I was like, this isn't funny. Like, this is not funny. Like, we're getting closer and closer to there will be no humans soon enough, or like the control will be from robots, like, or just
because of AI.
Yeah,
because they're becoming self-aware. There was programs that have become self-aware, and
they've learned their own language. And they have to shut them down. Yeah.
There was a bar I saw. Was it in New York? Mm-hmm. Where it was an AI bar, and you could have your digital date.
Yeah, I posted that on the story.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
that's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, and Skynet is coming. Skynet, it is, and these governments and defense departments, they're going to use AI to figure out how to control populations.
They already are.
Yeah.
And they're just telling us now.
And the false flags that you're going to start seeing as far as you're going to start seeing attacks and terror attacks, because that's how probably AI is going to say how you break society down. And so you have to get them to such a level of fear that they'll be willing to give up everything. The only way to do that is to hit them in the streets. Yeah. Yeah, and that's I mean, I have that on my list, obviously, Terminator as well. Yeah.
I'm gonna say one more just because it relates. I know you might laugh at this, but RoboCop was another one I was able to rewatch. Yeah. The first one, not the newest one. And the reason I say RoboCop is because I think here at ASU, I saw a video of how they have those robot police. Okay. It looks like a tall R2-D2. Oh, really? But it's like Tempe police, and they're literally like, this one guy literally is just circling it, and it keeps twirling, because it's saying like, you're in violation, you're trespassing, leave. But like, the robot has to follow him. Yeah. And I was just like, guys, the fact that they're putting this out there as like, surveillance or patrolling the campus, like I don't like that at all. I don't either. And because then think about it, you're on a campus. Imagine this little robot thing go up on an elevator just by signals and Bluetooth. Go up on the elevator and it just goes up and down the halls of every dormitory, like every dorm. And you can't. What happens if it's like you can't leave or you get a violation? Like it's just leading up to being enclosed. lockdown, all that stuff.
Put your hands in the circle, like
Yeah,
Fifth
very,
Element
like
style.
Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Fifth Element was another one I was going to say, but that was more like
that's more just futurist. Yeah, I didn't look at that as that's not going to be our society.
Yeah,
because that's just
like
where we are. That's where we are now, but with flying cars. It's like there's no dystopian there. It's just
But it's just it's scary. And I'm not saying it to I guess scary is not really the word. I can't find the word really. It's alarming and scary because we are just allowing it. We're allowing it. We're like so invested in getting new phones with the AI feature. We want to update our phones that keep offering these new AI features, and we're like, you can't Google no longer. You can search Google without having AI interrupt or say this is the overview.
If I go to search something on mine, it's like gives the AI like, dude, I want to see a website. I don't care about your little AI.
The intern last night went to a fast food place, and they had we've talked about it before. They had an AI
kiosk.
Yeah, kiosk. She said no one in the drive-thru was taking the order. It was all AI, right? Mm-hmm. All AI. And I know they were leaning towards that, but they were having issues. But now that it's like, it's creepy. And remember they were testing the robots for McDonald's? Yeah. Like, there would be no employees. There would just be robots.
Where we were just at, we were having DoorDash, like a robot at DoorDash.
Oh, yeah, at Terra Trader.
Trader, yeah.
They came out with those little round, red...
Yeah,
like
it was just there was someone's name on the side of it.
Yeah,
like
with like the googly eyes to make it less scary, I guess. Like, so and it just says a scrolling screen.
I don't know how you verify that it's you, and
I guess through the app, like you put a code and it.
Maybe you put a code and it opens it up or something.
I'm not gonna try it.
I don't want to do it.
Those things are out in the middle of the street.
I know.
Like not only neighborhood streets, just everywhere in major
You're
intersections.
Seeing more and more Waymos, more and more everything.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Waymos just keep fucking up, don't they?
Yeah. I still think that there's a center where people are remote controlling them. They're not autonomous. I still think
they said it's in the Philippines because it costs less. So the Philippine center because the labor is cheaper.
Yeah.
But that's not good either. That's not really.
They're just sitting there like. Just remote controlling. Oh, look, there's a street. Okay, I'm turning this way, turn that way. Yeah.
You really think they're remote controlling them most of the time? I think they only intervene when something's happening, but there could be times, like something gets alerted.
I don't know.
I wouldn't sit in one of those.
I would never.
Yeah, I'd be like, never mind.
I'm gonna take as long as
I'll take the bus.
Serious.
I'll deal with the crazies on there.
I'll just walk.
Yeah. That's right.
I'm trying to think of which one I want to, because there's some obvious ones on here. Should I keep with the darkness?
Just say it. Just say
no, should I keep with the darkness?
Whatever you want.
Because you haven't seen The Substance.
I won't ever watch it.
It is another one of the adrenaline. It is straight up.
I won't watch it.
There's a substance that makes you young, and you have to go to this seedy, dark little area go under this almost underground area with a code and it's a secret number that you don't know who you're talking to get this from.
Yeah.
And you inject it in you, which then separates you from yourself into a younger self.
It's from the spine, right?
Yeah, you have to connect food IVs to you with this goop, paste that comes out that you're eating.
Paste.
That you're eating, and then, you have to 7 days at a time back and forth from young to old to young, because you have to keep injecting yourself. You have to keep, to where there's a balance.
Yeah.
And then the biggest thing for me was if you mess up and if you don't switch, you just fall completely apart. Just like
kind of like Ellen.
Ellen and Rosie, how you see pictures of them, the videos of them now, gray hair, falling apart, like cheeks sunken in. The world is a vampire. They're just.
Yep.
But I did an episode on Substance when I did my little thing, and it was just like I was sitting there watching it, saying, "Geez, they're just basically saying, here, Hollywood, if you want to stay in Hollywood, if you want to stay relevant in the entertainment industry, you because we don't want you to age out. If you get too old, we're going to kick you out. So you're going to have to partake in this substance, which we're not going to tell you what it is because no one can. I remember that clip, and so help me, I hate it because she's so sweet, but Sandra Bullock talking to Ellen about it.
Yeah.
And how you get it from young people. She's trying not to say it, and Ellen's just like,
Ellen was such an instigator. She didn't give two shits.
And so it's like Sandra Bullock. So that's why these people are 50 and 60 years old, but they look 30. They look 40. They don't age. Yeah. You think it's just skin cream and healthy diets?
No.
No, they're injecting themselves and partaking in things that,
and not just plastic surgery.
because there is a fountain of youth, and they found it. It's just within the bones, body, and blood of babies and children, which is sad. But yeah, so there, I put substance down there because, again, I went the dark route for my first few with the three, because it's relevant right now.
It's what's going on, like what's being.
Yeah, so I'll pick a normal one for the next one.
What's being unveiled.
Yes.
Although we knew about it already.
Well, the public gets to see it.
I've never seen these movies. I've only seen clips. I don't really care to see them because I don't like some of the actors. Well, in general, I'm not really a fan of actors or actresses anymore. But Hunger Games.
I have that. Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Especially with the Patriot Games about to come out.
Yeah. Oh man, it's. What can I say? Like I always say, it's right there in your face. They're just telling you what's gonna happen, what's happening. It's just been so many movies like that. I volunteer as tribute.
From their own little 15-minute cities.
I know,
AKA,
it's like
AKA
I
districts.
literally sit here and I'm like, well, it's happening now. You know, like it's already going on. The 15-minute city. Like everyone in New York who wants the free grocery store, that worked out so well, right? And, you know, I can't help but smile from ear to ear with all that stuff that's going on over there.
Well, and then I thought about with Deer Island, the conspiracy of that in New York, where that's where a lot of missing kids go to, and the predatory class hunts them.
Yeah, and I do like that Australia is being exposed right now with that as well. One of the things that I had learned within the past year was Nicole Kidman's father, who was a psychologist, was actually part of that hunting club.
Yeah. And
they did it in Australia. I think it was in Australia. And I literally was like, I can't believe this shit. And now a lot of people are getting arrested in Australia for the children's sex trafficking rings. And hopefully they're getting held accountable. I mean, they're making the arrest, but I don't know what it's going to be. You know, a lot of times they sentence these people and it's like 6 months, 2 years. And people are like, no, put them under the jail. You know, like
just put
death penalty under the jail.
Just put them under the ground.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Or how about we put them naked and afraid on an island and let the victims hunt them?
Put them in in those villages that are cannibals.
Green Inferno. Put them that'd be great.
Be like, hey, you did it to the children. Now we're gonna put you over here.
Yeah, and they can just carve you up piece by piece.
Yeah.
And then you can just suffer your own fate.
Yeah. I
agree. We just solved the pedophile problem.
I wish I had the money to just pick these people up and go drop them off. By my private jet. But who knows? Then I'll be put on a list because I have a private jet, so...
No, you'll be fine.
Yeah, so
Hunger Games is very... Because, like I said, with the Patriot Games, that this wonderful president has decided to do, where he's going to pick one young man and one young woman to participate in these games, and it's like... Do you even want to try to hide it? Do you even want to...
No, they don't. They don't care anymore.
Because people will say, oh... Come on, guys. It's just a movie.
Yeah, I really...
And they're not doing exactly what it did, so come on.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. I'm trying not to. I'm trying really hard not to be like this. I with everything that was exposed to the general public, even though if you're a conspiracy theorist, and I put that in quotes because we're not really anymore, are we?
Oh, really? Well, there's one left, Demographic Destiny, but other than that, yeah.
But we've been right about everything so far.
Yeah.
These people's comments or these messages, and we actually got a message, I think like 2 or 3, that are saying like, can you believe this stuff with the children? I'm like, yes. Where the fuck have you been? Like, I just get so irritated because I'm like, are you reading this?
But at least they're finally.
Yeah, but you've been too asleep. Like, I see these memes that I want to post, but I'm like, it's a little harsh. Where you're literally, the meme is like someone going, they're talking about, can you believe these fellas? And they're like, yeah, and then they turn around and they're like, where the fuck have you been? Like, you're 10 years behind, you know?
And like I said, it took hatred for one man for them to open up, but hey, at least they opened up. But so what you did Hunger Games.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I could go with the easy one, Demolition Man.
I have him on there too, and I specifically got this
Taco Bell
for that
because everything gets conglomerated into one. The portions, if you saw, were very small,
Not
so
sponsored.
they're rationed.
Yeah,
it's rationed food.
Yeah,
I love it because I just saw remember in the movie Dennis Leary and the group, they're underground, so they're underground resistance.
Yeah.
And what is the burger that they eat?
I don't know.
Remember they go downstairs and he goes, "Where'd you get meat? Where'd you get meat?" It's rat burger.
Yeah.
And McDonald's has been talked about having rat and human DNA in its meat. And I was like, look at this, a rat burger from McDonald's, who is the biggest known fast food group out there.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's Taco Bell for the movie, and it's all surveillance.
Yep.
You cuss, you get fined. Social credit score system in place. Yeah. You speed. Well, you can't speed because you're in cars that drive themselves. Sex, no sex. It's all VR. The 3 seashells, which I still don't understand how to use, but there's something where you don't even have toilet paper in this dystopian future. Yeah. But I thought it was interesting how there's the resistance, but they're an underground resistance, and they have to be squashed. And so you're going to use these behavioral modifier chips in prisoners, which they've talked about using. We've talked about. To then, of course, the hierarchy and the rich people, powerful people saying, "Oh, well, I'll just create false flags, create chaos, create crime, to root out what I don't want there, and then I will save society, and I'll just shut him back down once I get what I want." And everybody's, I hate to say it this way, there's no masculinity. Yeah. Everyone is very passive. Because toxic masculinity is wiped out. There's no athleticism. There's no weapons. There's no guns. Like I said, all the guys I hate to say it this way, they're all pansies. They're all little bitches. Yeah. I mean, Sandra Bullock was the only one that even had any moxie to her.
It was funny because there's a in the movie when everything's starting to get violent. I think it's the guy that does Deuce Bigelow, Melzer Glow. Yeah. He's like, "We're police officers. We're not trained for all this violence." No, it's like. Which is very relevant because, I mean, look at the Nancy Guthrie, whatever her last name is.
Because they're just...
Because the police officers are like, I don't know.
So, I've thought that when I watched that. I remember watching that movie, Demolition Man, I was like, I come out of that, I was like, cool action, badass, Wesley Snipes. Man, I loved it. But, man, I was like, man, I wonder if that could happen someday. And back then, you're like, this is dumb.
And they say, like, the year 2032, and I'm like, that's really close.
Yeah, everything is, so glad I knew we both have that. So, I knew we both have Terminator, Demolition Man, and Hunger Games.
Yeah. Did you have iRobot too, or no?
I didn't put it on there, but it was an honorable mention.
Yeah.
Like Soylent Green and 1984, which are too obvious for me to, obviously, because they're even wanting to put human compost in Washington and stuff like that. So, it's obvious. Yeah. So I wanted to go away from those ones. So what do you got?
Well, I guess in relation to how like they're programming, I have a few that I'm gonna list off here.
Okay.
So Judge Dredd, I always because they want to like control people, and it's just like literally. I don't want to say like there's no violence, just like one person like you're coming with us, whether you like it or not, you know. And I feel like that's pretty relevant right now. Like people assume certain agencies are doing that with everyone. But also, I feel like they're leaning towards that, like where you literally have no say in anything. You're just gonna do what we say.
Come for you.
Minority Report, always.
I have that.
Always on my fucking list.
I always have that.
Because we are heading that way.
They already have it starting.
Yeah, they already.
AI.
And not only that, you think about Shanghai. How they have the surveillance, and like if you jaywalk, you're getting money deducted from your bank account.
And they put your face up on a billboard.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, so now we're gonna get to predictive. Are you gonna be a criminal? What do you do? And they take out the whole like possibility of free will that you may not do this stuff. And it makes me think of that new movie that's coming out that I really want to see, or it's already out, I believe. Mercy. It's kind of similar, it seems, where he has to prove that he's innocent, that he didn't do this crime. And I'm just like, dude, this is just stressful.
Because you could take an AI program for people that are just posting, rhetoric that's
aggressive
rhetoric.
In the UK.
It's aggressive rhetoric, but it's not anything they would actually do.
Yeah.
And you're right. In the UK, they're being arrested for thought crimes. They're getting arrested for memes.
Yeah.
Australia is going to have it too.
Yeah.
Especially if you say anything about a certain country.
Yes. Yes.
Because no one's allowed to ever say anything about that country.
Yeah, people are getting beat up
over that. And so and I don't want to get into it in this episode, but man, even some more conservative commentators have succumbed. You can see, but to that. Yeah. But Minority Report is huge on it. When I saw that, I was like, damn, that's gonna happen one day.
Yeah. I saw that movie and I literally was like,
yeah.
And I was a teen. I think I was like a teen or in my 20s. And
I put them together, like the emotion match, where it's like you're gonna predict it, and then they're gonna behaviorally modify to take that out of you. Mm-hmm. Take that, so you're just gonna be a passive little person walking around.
And like the one thing that I always will remember is when he had to change his eye.
Yes.
And he literally had a robot like fucking scan his eye.
Yeah. And
I'm like, dude, with all these drones that they release, I wouldn't be surprised. Remember years ago they were saying they're gonna be able to do like infrared in your house and tell where you are, what you're doing, TVs, what you're feeling. Yeah. But like years before they were talking about the TVs, they were talking about just like how in the sky a drone can see what you're doing.
Can see through.
Yeah.
They have those vehicles, what was it? Is it in China? It's like, look at tanks. And they can go through and they can infrared and look into your house and see who's there. They can already do that. And the traffic cameras are facial recognition.
Yeah.
Traffic cameras are coming back because guess what? Facial recognition.
Well, yeah. Remember when we went to I went to the airport when I went on that Oregon trip, and I was like, oh my god, I signed up for this pre-TSA priority because the line was ridiculous. We would have probably missed our flight if we would have waited in that line. And then I did it, and they did the whole face. I thought they did it's a photo, but it's facial recognition. Yeah. It's a face ID, like how we do on our phones, right? But then I read in this fine print that we will hold on to this photo and information for 5 years, and I was like, maybe I should cancel this.
Now, if they needed to do an AI video of you, they could do it.
Well, in general, posting anything, they can do anything. That's why they tell you don't post your children.
So one I didn't write down on, but just since we're going to bounce back, for this moment, Enemy of the State. Yeah. Remember that? Will Smith? And this was before all this. And how did they track him? All the cameras and facial recognition and everything. Because they thought he did something. So they had to eliminate him.
Wasn't it Batman Dark Knight? They used that huge...
Yes.
They were finding him by sound waves and facial recognition?
So facial recognition is a big deal. So all these movies talking about... We didn't even think about that. I thought about Enemy of the State... Because it was like he had all the trackers in his belt and his shoe, and Gene Hackman, who was brilliant, God rest his soul, was just awesome. But yeah, you're right, Dark Knight, that series, they had that whole where he was trying to find him. Yeah. And it's like, I don't want to use this. We shouldn't use this technology.
And I quit after this.
And but there's always going to be one threat that comes up that justifies the unlocking and unleashing of a... Yeah. And once you unleash it, you really can't put that back in the genie bottle.
It won't always fall into good hands.
You can't open Pandora's box and then think you're just going to close it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why this AI shit is so scary.
So yeah, keep going because I just did one.
The other ones that you might laugh at this one, but I only took it because I feel like censorship is so prevalent and just like the control on people. You're going to laugh. I know you're going to laugh. Equilibrium. Do you remember that movie?
No.
Oh man! So basically, it's where the government destroys, like, obviously they're destroying people who resist the ruling of everything, but no art, no books, no music, and no emotions.
Oh wow!
And they literally have to take like a pill to like not feel these emotions, and then basically the head guy that is doing this for the government, they take his wife, they arrest her, and I'm sure they killed her. But then they take his kids, and so then he goes into the resistance, which is like, underground people and stuff like that. And they're, but it's like that because it's like what do you see when people go out and protest? They're like fucking animals, right?
Rabid.
Yeah. But the processed food causes that type of emotion, like because you're just so, all the chemicals and the hormones and all that stuff. Yeah. But you're also like, depressed because you're on technology, social media. There is no such thing as, let me go to the museum and look at art. Let me go and listen to music. Let me go read a book. Instead, we're just out like doing all this crazy shit and being demonic, basically. But when people go through that, they go through like a psychosis, and then they're just like, I have no emotions anymore. Or people in general who are considered introvert, antisocial, they're just completely spacing out.
Right.
From what I've seen, I'm not saying all introverts.
Is this a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
Okay.
It's with what's his name? The guy that did Norman Bates in Psycho.
Anthony Perkins.
No. He did Dark Knight as well. Or Christian Bale.
Oh, Christian.
Yeah. I remember that, and I was rewatching like the trailer, and I was like, oh my god, this is so. It could lead up to this where we have nothing, literally nothing, because we talk about that. Get ready to just stay at home and do nothing. And I just thought it's a pretty good action movie too, but that whole goal of the government and like basically eliminating people, dumbing them down, making them just like no emotion, no thought process, nothing. And I was just like, guys, this is where we're headed. Like some of us are already on this wavelength, but yeah, I think about that. And then The Matrix. I wrote The Matrix down because we literally are living in a Matrix.
Pretty much. And
you're either awake and realize it, or you're not. You're living in the Matrix. You're having fun in the Matrix.
Yeah. It's surprised you didn't.
Oh, yeah. I didn't.
They live. It's on my list.
I think that's one that I thought of immediately, and then I was like, but then remember I texted you, I was like, are we doing like aliens? Because I consider aliens too, but it's not.
It's not.
So, yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one just because of how much we are manipulated and subliminals and everything and told kind of what to do, where to go.
Yeah.
And social media, like you're saying, makes worse as far as dumbing us down and making us robots and making us less than human, but also infuriating people to make, like you said, with the protests you see, making them over the top. To where, like I said, people are like, I hate this man more than any man I've ever hated in my life. The unrational hatred and anger over things like that you shouldn't let it consume you and sap. It's the energy vampire stuff that's going on between that and like Truman Show. Yeah. The whole manipulation thing. I put Truman Show on there because of how brilliant that was.
Yes.
How we are all being led around and by AI, by bots online. All these comments and stuff on my X battles. It's like I know half these people aren't real people; they're bot farms and stuff. Yeah, but they make it seem like you just why would I need to change my way of thinking because all these people. Today I saw all these people saying the exact same thing, word for word, scripted because of the Supreme Court ruling on tariffs, and it's like wow, I didn't even pay attention to it, but it's like it makes you think that obey, sleep. It makes you hey, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Just here, just doing my thing. So yeah, I think because I have a lot of yours on here.
Cool.
But the only thing I put on here that I didn't, other than the dark ones, was this movie I think I talked about before, Contagion, which was a 2010 movie, which basically mapped out the COVID thing. Yeah. Because it was a virus that came up, and it was masking, contact tracing. It was basically predicting telling us what was going to happen. Yeah. I mean, the death rate in that one, because it's a movie, was like 20%, which would, like I said, that would collapse society. This one that we had wasn't, whether it was 0.25%, whether you think it was 1%, whether you think it was 2%, it's 20% is just insane. But again, it went through a lot of the processes, and as far as having to try to quickly get a vaccine and all this stuff, and it was very, very similar to what you're seeing today. And I wanted to, because I did come up with a list, because I forgot, like, movies like, I remember watching Gattaca, which was interesting. Ethan Hawke.
That was a movie I was going to watch. Because I was like, oh, this one pulled up. And I was going to watch it.
Sterile and deeply human, the film opens with the illusion of progress to reveal old prejudice and disguise DNA that's destiny until someone defiles it. Yeah, Gattaca was one. V for Vendetta was one. I remember watching... Yeah. There's a Hunger Games. Blade Runner. See, Blade Runner was a part of it.
I was thinking that too, but...
I mean, it's a kind of a dystopian future. Yeah. But because some of them were like, let's stay away from the pure obvious one. Minority Report's here. 1984's here. Clockwork Orange was another one. Yeah. but not a lot of people like because it's such a hard movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's not a fun watch. It's just not. But it's against Stanley Kubrick, and it says a lot. There's Wall-E, which I just watched, which is the destruction through corporate media and consuming our world. It's where, again, in the movie, they go somewhere else, and then we become fat, lazy slobs because we turn to technology instead of doing anything, and robots and everything take over, cleaning up out, doing everything, but they can't keep up, and we just destroy everything to the point of not being able to live on this earth anymore, which is what we're going to do if we don't slow down.
Well, I mean, they did send Gail and Katy Perry up there in space to, according to Gail, to see where we could put our garbage. And
yeah, Blade Runner's number one, and Mad Max was another one.
I was thinking that too, and then I'm like, I don't know why, but Blade Runner, Mad Max, I wanted to say that too.
Because I thought about it with Mad Max, as far as with everything going electric, when the revolution hits. Gas-powered cars and gasoline is going to be a big thing. It's going to be like water, ammunition, and gas are going to be three things that are going to be like so valuable in a revolutionary rebellion type of state if we are fighting against whatever comes like our way.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I have three that I have not mentioned yet.
Okay, go for it. I just had to go with those. Before I forgot.
Yeah, no, but to go along with how you were talking about gas and electric is, I know you may laugh at this, Tank Girl. Only because it's known as like a post-apocalyptic, but like in the movie,
it's funny.
Water is such a valuable resource, right? And you all know that if they take the food and water away from us, we are controlled. We are screwed.
Done.
Yeah, we will die, or we will be begging, like, please, please, government, give us our evil corporation, because this one was an evil corporation. Yeah. And what's crazy is the part how, I mean, obviously, Tank Girl, she's, like, part of the resistance. She wants to... But what's crazy is how that evil guy developed the technology where you, like, literally kill someone by stabbing them with a plastic container that absorbs the body's water.
Oh, that's right.
And then they drink it.
It's
right. It's like purified water. So it made me think of what what people have been exposed to now publicly with the files. And I'm like, I just got goosebumps talking about it because it was like so, little subliminal things here and there. And it's just, even though it's water, it really could mean something else, Yeah. But I had to say that, and then my ultimate favorite movie, only because I used to watch it. Oh wait, let me say that. I'll say this one, that my favorite movie, Ion Flux.
Oh yeah.
Ion Flux is because we are so, majority of the society is in a box, and that whole movie is like, you can't go beyond these walls. You're not safe if you go. So don't expand your mind. Just stay focused on the everyday protocol. They clone people. Yeah. It's not every baby that's born is a cloned person. That's and wild. What did we learn about cloned people, MK Ultra, all that stuff?
Selena Gomez.
Yeah. And so I always bring that movie to the forefront of everything, and just how modifications, like they had body modifications, some of them had body modifications, and I feel like that was discussed in certain files, and and so it's just like, I always think of that because we could potentially, symbolically, it can mean what we're in right now, but it could get worse to that point. Sure. And my last one was District 9.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember? Have you ever seen District 9?
I always wondered if they were going to make a second one.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Now, the only thing with that was it was Alien.
Yeah, we were taking advantage of the aliens. They were looking for refuge. Yeah. But we took advantage. And I hate to say this, but I feel like now with President Trump dropping the whole, let me drop these files on aliens, which we have been hearing about for how long now? I know. About, sure you lock your doors. I'll never drop that. I will never drop Senator Kennedy saying that. Yeah. Make sure you lock your doors. Like they're not intelligent enough to open them without hands or whatnot.
No kidding.
I think that is a total... How can I say this? When you open your mind when you begin to look outside of the box, you learn different things from, like, spiritually, and I don't mean religion, I mean spiritually, like third eye, premonitions, that kind of stuff. People have said that the government has always, has worked with extraterrestrials or higher beings to, like, they've had a contract. Like, if you don't continue or, like, follow the contract or this plan that we have in place, we will show up and take over. And so I 100% believe that the government has some kind of, as far as technology. So that's why I said District 9 is because I do feel like if we have things that obviously we may never know. I don't know if this will come out.
I don't think we'll ever know.
Yeah, but where we have taken advantage of their technology and the rich, the elites use it for themselves, or they are trying to program it to something more.
I think it's a lot of DNA manipulation and technology. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
I don't think it's time travel. Well, time travel's who knows.
But I also think, like,
time manipulation,
more like technology in regards to, like, something similar to AI. Yeah,
direct energy weapons.
Yeah, like lasers and stuff like that.
Space lasers.
Yeah,
Project Blue Beam.
I really do think that they have some kind of. It may not be a contract. It may just be like, well, we helped you with this, so now give us something, or like we'll hold you against, like, blackmail, basically.
And we're just gonna hang out at the dark side.
We'll expose where you are in the world if you don't help us with this.
We'll just hang out at the dark side of the moon, and we'll keep an eye on you. We'll have a base there on the dark side of the moon, so it can't be seen that way. Stay away from the moon. Don't go back to the moon.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Don't send Gail and Katy Perry to the moon.
Yeah, Gail. Oh my gosh! So I had to mention that as like
I said, there's a lot of other. I mean, I when I was looking through, because I saw like the top 50, I was like, there's a lot of them that make sense, and there's a lot of the movie AI. There's a lot of.
Yeah, I wanted to watch that one too.
There's a lot of different movies. There's one just came out like last year or the year before that had to do with AI. I can't remember the title of it off the hand. But it's like, there's a lot of movies, like Megan, you could think about Megan.
Yeah.
Think about the movie Companion, stuff like that, which there's, a sex robot, but it's AI and stuff like that, and things that could potentially go wrong once they become more self-aware and they realize what's going on. I'm not real, or is this real?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's a lot of warnings and dangers of what we're just steamrolling toward.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the good news is we don't care.
Oh.
Hey, as long as we get food delivery, we really don't care.
I don't know. How would you prepare for something like that? I do see a lot of comments. I don't want to say prepare because we've been talking about, like, have your food, your water.
I got a lot of crap.
Pantry and stuff
food
like
packets.
that.
I got pouches of water, just like a stack this high.
Yeah, I just don't worry. This is going to come off wrong. I don't worry about it where it's at the forefront of my mind, constantly thinking about it, constantly worrying about it, because that's giving the energy away to them. Yeah. And you're allowing that to come into your life, So I'm a big believer in that. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be prepared, like food, water-wise, medical stuff. Yeah. But it's almost, sometimes I do catch myself going, well, they shut down everything. What do we do?
Nothing you can do. They get the grid. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
They get digital currency to take your money. What are you going to do?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Put you on a social credit score. And you get a certain carbon allowance. Yeah. And now your Taco Bell meals look like the Demolition Man movie.
Yeah. I don't know.
And now you're underground looking for a rat burger.
Yeah, right. Anything and everything. Start eating twigs from the tree and whatnot.
No, they'll get you for that.
Get fined,
and they'll just do
the drone comes down.
They'll genetically modify trees, and they'll put
they already are.
They'll put vaccine or mRNA in that.
Yeah, that's what they're already doing. Like, did they do that in Texas? They dropped They did. I read an article about that, and I think we talked about it. In Texas, they dropped. Was it the mRNA vaccine?
I know in Canada they were talking about doing it.
Or it was something.
Canada, they were going to use aerosol.
Or the rabies vaccine.
They were going to use aerosol and drones.
I think they dropped the rabies vaccine because people were talking about raccoons and like.
Ooh, Crackoon.
I'll have to look into it.
Crackoon, that's another movie that's. But that's all I got. That was a good list.
Yeah, that was all the ones I could think of. it was really kind of like entertaining to rewatch some of them, and some of them just watch like clips. But it's funny how certain things do stand out, or like you think of today, because we have been talking about Demolition Man a lot, just with some of the things we're seeing today, and then all the other stuff too. But
so what do you think? What are your favorite movies?
Yes.
What are some of the movies? And not only just start listing, hey, what about this? What about this? What about... What is something that's connected with you? Because, yes, we understood we left a lot on the table. But just, is there anything that's caught your eye?
Caught this eye.
This eye.
It'll have a different color by the end of the night.
So,
but
that's up. Just
make sure you're able to go outside, get some sun, and touch grass while you still can. But other than that, we hope you enjoy and have a great day. Okay, bye!